Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and we have got loads in the WWE folder. Seems like there's quite a bit of news doing the rounds. Obviously, we're getting closer towards Raw on Netflix. We're only, 24 hours away now from the first 3-hour SmackDown as well. So 2025 is very much here now. But we're going to start with this. It's more from this Not Sam Wrestling podcast with Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross reveals that there was plans for a faction, a Wyatt faction, a Bray Wyatt group that was going to be bigger than the Wyatt Sicks are now. Now, I don't know that we ever find out exactly when this was going to happen. I don't know if it was 2019, 2020, 2021. I sort of feel like it was before he got released, because he spoke to Karrion about trying to recruit people from NXT that would not go into business for themselves, that wouldn't be problems behind the scenes, people that they could trust, that would do what needed to be done. And he wanted Karrion to kind of sort the NXT side out for him, and he would look after like people on the main roster. And he said, I don't want you to be like with me, because I am a talker, I'm the centerpiece, if you will, and I don't want to stifle you. Like, what you've got is amazing, like, you're so talented. I want you to be able to shine as well. And so this was obviously an idea he had. Don't know how far we got with it, don't know how close it was to actually coming off. But yeah, just so interesting to find out about this stuff. This is the stuff that I think we may have got from like a Bray Wyatt autobiography, if he had ever released such a thing, you know, after he retired, or maybe towards the end of his career, if he wanted to write a book like Becky has just done. This is the kind of stuff that we might have found out about. So it's only really through these kind of interviews that we find out about this really interesting stuff. So Wrestle Night, thank you. There was a couple of other bits that got mentioned as well. So it was also mentioned that he was heavily inspired by DC's Court of Owls, which look like this. So it could be that the groups across SmackDown, NXT, Raw, it could be that they all wore masks sort of similar to this, or like, you know, inspired by this. And actually that would have tied all three brands together. I think you would need something that showed those groups were connected. So maybe it would have been masks like this. What's really interesting for me is I remember during White Rabbit, there was someone that we saw in those kind of quick clips that play, you know, during vignettes. There was someone wearing a mask very similar to this. So the first time I ever heard about the Court of Owls was during theory videos, when people were chucking theories around for White Rabbit. That was the first time I had ever heard of the Court of Owls, and it's because someone during that campaign, who never got revealed like to be anyone, but they were seen wearing a mask very similar. So it is kind of cool to hear that he was actually really inspired by Court of Owls. The other thing that gets mentioned as well is that Bray wanted Wade Barrett, who I think would have been in NXT on commentary at the time. He wanted him to kind of reveal himself to be a secret member of the group. So he would have been on commentary, but, you know, mid-match he would have got involved and then revealed the logo or something and shown that he was actually part of the group, which would have been awesome. All of this would have been awesome. Again, don't know how close we were to getting it, but so grateful that we're actually finding out this information. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch that Not Sam Wrestling or listen to it, I would urge you do, because certainly if you're a Bray Wyatt fan, I think there's plenty for you to find out and learn about, right? Right, let's go WWE. So here, look, we got NetForce Technologies. According to Netflix, this Netflix will add more archive stuff from WWE. So I read this. It's from 411 Mania. I believe it's Dave Meltzer, who's only speculating, not saying that it's actually happening. But apparently the Peacock deal ends next year, which I didn't know. And so the thought is that content could then move to Netflix. What I would say is that's probably the big takeaway, right? Is that the deal with Peacock apparently ends next year, which, again, that was news to me, but apparently it ends next year. Now, they could always extend and they could always renegotiate, right? So it's not a done deal that they're leaving Peacock. But, yeah, I think if they were to put all the PLEs and all that archive footage onto Netflix, I think Netflix would have to pay more money, because I think that there's real value in those PLEs. Like, those PLEs are worth money. And I think there's value in the archive footage as well. I know that Netflix has got all the old SmackDowns and Raws and NXTs, but WWE has got so much stuff. You know, they've got Superstars, they've got Primetime Wrestling, they've got ECW, they've got the Territories, they've got WCW, they've got like all of the old pay-per-views, PLEs, they've got the network special shows, talk shows, reality shows. Like, there is so much content. That has to have a value. That has to be worth something. So I don't think you just go, here you go, Netflix, and hand it over. I think you would want some more money for that content. Certainly the PLEs. You know, it's a bit messy because in America, your PLEs are on Peacock. For us here in the UK, the PLEs are now on Netflix. But I think they would want them to give them more money if those PLEs in America, right, the ones that are currently on Peacock, if they were to go to Netflix. So a little bit confusing, a little bit messy. It's because, you know, we watch it in different places, in different countries, and, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, just a few thoughts there from Dave Meltzer in regards to what the future could hold. Right, PW Chronicle said WWE shifted the final of the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which is Dakota against Lyra. They took it off of Raw on Netflix, the debut episode, because they didn't want it to get lost in the shuffle. That's coming from WrestleVotes. Okay, Alexa put this picture out. She looks lovely, of course. So she posted this 9 hours ago. Fiendish Howdy said this was from the weakest link, right? I don't think there's anything to be read into this personally. I know that Fiendish Howdy wonders, like, weakest link happens on a Monday. Is this a tease saying something to do with Monday? I don't feel like that is what she's trying to communicate. I think, if anything, it could just be an indicator that she's not all being dark and mysterious at the moment. Like, there's nothing here that says to me that she's coming back and going to go straight into the Wyatt Sicks. Because if we were building towards that, wouldn't she be putting out some cryptic tweets? Wouldn't she be putting out some, like, darker imagery? Like, nothing here suggests that she, unless she's posting this sort of saying this version of me is dead, right? But I don't get that vibe. I don't get that. If you look at her other messages that she's putting out at the moment, they're all kind of fun and like Happy New Year and all that kind of stuff. And then she's putting out this picture. So I don't get there's a tease in there for anything other than, I just wonder, is she showing us kind of that she's going to come back a bit goddess-esque rather than coming back and being a part of the Wyatt Sicks? Because you would think if she was coming back and being a part of the Wyatt Sicks, she would put content out that kind of is a bit cryptic, is a bit dark, that kind of gets that ball rolling, you know? Don't know, just something to be aware of. Okay, CM Chunk, thank you. Alicia Taylor has been moved over to Raw. Lillian Garcia goes to SmackDown. So nothing massive. This is from PW Insider. I do think Raw is very much the A show now because being on Netflix and, you know, like the excitement around Raw, I think that's the A show. So really, I think what this is saying is that they see Alicia Taylor as being the top announcer. Just like if Samantha was still around, I've no doubt Samantha would be going to Raw. And, you know, it's no disrespect to Lillian. I feel like Lillian is doing a fantastic job and there is definitely a place for her here. But you could understand why, like, they want to kind of push Alicia as being the main lead announcer. So, yeah, just a bit of news. Okay, Dave, shout out to you. WWE Creative are considering doing Chelsea Michin at Saturday night's main event on January 25th. Not a match that massively excites me, to be honest. I feel like we've seen these two kind of going at it quite a few times. I don't feel like I need to see it again, and certainly not again so soon. So it's not one that I'm personally looking for, but it's also a match that I'm not like really against. You know, I like both women, so it's fine. But yeah, I think I would go a different direction personally. But yeah, just something to be aware of. Okay, R-Truth is talking about what went down during his confusing US Championship win in 2019. He said that was crazy. If I could remember this correctly, we had maybe another 2 or 3 more spots to go, but I was going to get the belt anyway, right? It was a messed up finish, but this is the bit that I found really interesting, right? So actually, if we go and whoosh over this bit here, he said, I was going to get it anyway, but there's a strict rule. If you don't kick out at 3 and the ref doesn't count the pinfall, the ref is going to get fined, and you don't want that, right? So Mike Chioda just did his job. Shinsuke didn't kick out, and we were like, oh, sorry. And that was it. It was a wrap. He did his job. So this is really interesting because you might remember we had an incident where I think it was Damian against Seth, and I think there was a kick out that was missed there, and the ref didn't count the 3. You've seen it a few times where the wrestler doesn't like kick out, they're down for the 3, and the ref has to make a decision of, do I count this? Or can I find a way of not counting this? And I think on that occasion, the ref didn't count it. It looked really stupid. And I was very critical of the referee. And there was quite a few people like, well, you know, it's not the ref's fault. Like, it wasn't meant to count it. Like, it wasn't meant to go that way. So why would he count it? But I think this, you know, hopefully clears it up. The referees are told if someone's shoulders are down and you are counting it, you count it. And if you don't do that, you are going to get fined, because we don't want this to look stupid. Why would a referee not count someone's shoulders being down? Like, don't make yourself look and us look stupid. So I just really like this because I thought it just brought a bit of clarity to that whole kind of conversation, which does unfortunately pop up every now and again, because unfortunately those kind of botches do occur once in a while. Wrestle Night again, thank you, says badass. And yeah, I said I couldn't show the video of this, of Shinsuke in Noah, because Japanese companies are a bit of a nightmare when it comes to this stuff, copyright and everything. But I can certainly show this image, and it just gives you a taste of how awesome Shinsuke looked over in Noah. Okay, we got this as well, Wrestle Night again. Thank you. Tag me in this from Wrestle Talk. So, Marafuji said he received a message from Shawn Michaels, which he's happy about. He said, the contents are ... I'm happy. So, we don't know exactly what's been said. It could be that Shawn was just full of praise for him, or it could be that he's invited him to come over and have a match. Could be that he said, you know, when you're free, I want you. I think you're an amazing talent. We don't know. We don't know quite how far. It could just be a bit of praise, or it could be an invitation. We don't quite know, but certainly it seems like Noah's Marafuji is on Shawn's radar, right? Wrestle Night said, I saw the match Styles and Marafuji, and I am totally down for him coming in. I really don't know much about him, so I can't comment, but yeah, I can guess that he's a great talent. Okay, right here, we've got Byron and we got Blake Howard's. So the 150th and final episode of NXT Level Up has come and gone. Privileged to have been calling the matches for such an exemplary bevy of young and hungry athletes. I am equally as honoured to have called the action with Blake Howard's and my previous partner, Sudo TV. That's a wrap. So we've just got a little video here, look, of just kind of behind the scenes images and little clips and bits and bobs from NXT Level Up. And yeah, it's not a show that I watched, to be honest. I don't think loads of people did. But it looks like they had a lot of fun putting it together. So there we go. This is a wrap. That is it for NXT Level Up, which, of course, before was 205 Live. Right, Fightful, Ric Flair says he's got one more match in him. Hell yeah, I do. And look at this. Conrad Thompson, who I believe is his son-in-law. I believe it's his son-in-law. Nope. Nope, bad idea. Bad. Everyone's saying the same. Bad idea. So, yeah. People keep saying that they want me to tsunami him. Do you really want to watch someone die? Said Big Bronson Reed. So I think when the conversation was going around of like he's got one more match in him, some troublemakers out there were like, imagine if it was against Big Bronson Reed, and imagine if he gets hit with a tsunami. And Big Bronson's Reed like, guys, come on. Do you want to see a man get murdered? WWE sharing the dialogue between The Rock and John Cena. It's one of the coolest things. Because of you, I'm serious. You have no idea. I asked for a picture with you and me when I was about 20 years old, working in a store in Venice, California. You've always been nice. You've always been respectful. Whenever we talked, you always told me to keep it up. I want to tell you, I came back for this very moment, right now, for them, and for you. I believe in you. It is really, really cool, isn't it? I remember this conversation, and I remember wondering what was being said. This is at the MetLife Stadium, WrestleMania, and I remember wondering what was said, so it is cool that we've actually got this information now. So I agree. I think that's awesome. Right, and Randy Orton is on the verge of returning to WWE programming. According to a source in Creative, Orton's return is expected either at or around the Royal Rumble. So there we go. Randy Orton expected to return relatively soon. Okay, so we've done Wyatt's, we've done WWE. There's actually not loads else in here. Oh, I like this. There's Triple H with the Outlaws. There's Triple H with the In-Laws. I thought that was good. I do like 90s WWE. Right, this is a gamble, okay? This is a real gamble, but I'm hoping it's going to be worth it. This is a compilation of Michael Cole botching, and I think this is so much fun. I watched it earlier. I think it's so funny. So Seth Joseph, brilliant job. I don't know if Seth Joseph's the one that pulled it together. Even Football said, I don't know if you can put this in unseen because of copyright, but it is funny. 100% this normally would be a no. I don't want to run the risk, but it is so good. It is so good. We're going to give it a go. Let's give it a go. I just think it's brilliant.
Over now by Bellanca.
Bellanca, you stupid idiot! Her name is Bianca Belair!
Go ahead. Stock in 2008. That was indeed Candice LeRae.
Darren Young will start things off against Darren Young. Axel's talking to Drew Axel, who's down here on commentary with us here tonight.
What did you just call him, Cole? How dare you disrespect Drew Gulak?
Oh, Drew Gulak.
I invited Mr.
An elbow right to the chest of Ambrose.
So it's Kofi Kingston non-title battle against Zack Ziggler, the Long Island Ice-C in this match.
Belair and Sasha Banks. Well, this is
Bianca Belair and Zelina Vega.
Elias now has dinner where he wants him into the drift away.
Did you just call him dinner? That's gender.
Edge won the 2010 Royal Rumble. He chose his former tag team partner, his former friend Edge. The only one left in the ring. And
That's Callisto. That is Callisto. Get them right. Cigar's down here on the floor, passed out.
He was eliminated. Kofi Rhodes knocked off the top rope by Jericho.
Did you say Kofi Rhodes? Somebody's making you crazy, huh, Michael Cole?
I had 500 pounds of men on top of me.
Big dog eats.
I mean, come on already. He's already damaged the knee. Big dog eats my ass. Rey Mysterio not sucking off anybody. A matchup that is presented by Jolly Rancher. Keep on sucking. What?
Keep on sucking. What? Oh, man, it's so good, isn't it? I think we're just going to get battered for playing that, though. I think we're just going to get battered, but it might... we're just going to get battered. Bayley takes part in her first cold plunge of the... This so does not look fun, man. This so does not... When she gets in, like, it's serious that she is not happy. Oh, this is part of it that I really... I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but of all the stuff they have to go through, this looks like one of the moodiest aspects. This looks like one of the worst parts. So there she is. I think she was in for a little while. I think it's just skipped, like, to the ends. But, like, you can tell, man. Look, she's, like, proper tensed up, like, ah. Mate, that looks so moody. Look, she doesn't even know where to go. I'm going to go this way. Just get me out. Oh. So there we go. That is Bayley taking thumbs up. I wouldn't be reacting that way. I'd be in flipping tears. Ethan said apparently Vince hates filler words like the and that. Yeah. So apparently there was a show, I think it was at Elimination Chamber or something, where the whole thing had gone really, really well. 7 seconds to go. And apparently, like, the door had been slammed in someone's face. And Michael Cole said, that door. And apparently, like, Vince is going mental in the headset. JBL revealed that Vince lost it because he hates the and that and those kind of filler words. So saying that door, like, apparently he flipped over that. Like, honestly, it's only when you hear stuff like this you realise, like, how much Michael Cole had to put up with. And then, of course, people are, like, wondering why he's so good at commentary now. And it's because he's not having to walk on eggshells. He hasn't got someone shouting at him in his ear when he does, like, the tiniest... Well, it's not even a mistake. It's just something that Vince didn't like. And, you know, he said it, and, like, apparently he was going mental. He was, like, proper yelling and whatever, and JBL was like, it was hilarious. Because Michael was just completely having to ignore him and just carry on. But in his ear, like, you can hear that he's just got Vince going mental at him. So, really fun story. Right, here we go.
This one or this one? That's kind of sweet, right?
That is sweet. I like that one.
Hard.
Wait a minute. What you doing here? We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. She wants some money. Give us some money. She wants some money.
I don't think. What are you talking about?
She wanted our money.
What? Are you okay?
I'm
Is it good?
What I love about this is these clips, they've been doing them for a while. I think they're okay. It's where, like, they'll all be talking and then Zoey will jump onto Shayna's back trying to choke her out. And, of course, Shayna, she's so strong. Like, she doesn't even notice that Zoey's there. And so we've been doing this for a while. This is the first time someone's actually acknowledged that Zoey is attacking. And it was R-Truth. I love it. Immediately he goes into the crane stands. And he's like, oh, she wants our money. She wants our money. So good. That's going to be a tough one to beat that, you know. Zoey Stark said Truth gets it. Right, an idea here from Santino. So Santino shares his pitch for a potential father-daughter Royal Rumble moment. I didn't realise she had had shoulder surgery, Ariana Grace. He said they haven't called yet. That my daughter, she had a little shoulder surgery. She's back in the ring from it, but she hasn't re-debuted yet. So I was pitching, I'm like, I don't think it's ever been done, father and daughter at the same Rumble. It'd be really good for her to return to the programming. And I'm down for being getting that experience. The Royal Rumble is my favourite pay-per-view. I think this would be brilliant. We definitely should do this, but I don't know if maybe we just wait for Ariana Grace to be a bit of a bigger star. Because I don't know if everyone knows that she is his daughter. I mean, maybe you could set it up backstage earlier in the show and then have it pay off later in the show. I don't know, but how you would go about doing it, I'm really not sure. But there must be something you can do here. I mean, people love Santino Marella. So, I mean, having him in the Rumble would be awesome. That would get a pop. And it's just, I don't know that they know that she's his daughter. So, yeah, I didn't realise she'd been out injured as well. So, quite a few bits I got from that post. And then we got this, Cody Rhodes. So this is just a little glimpse of him doing his bedtime story. We spoke about this the other day in Unseen. We've got a thing here in England where they do like this kids channel called CBeebies for like really small kids, young kids. And they do a bedtime story. But they seem to attract some of the biggest stars in the world, like Hugh Jackman and Jude Law. And like they get Hollywood stars and big singers, Lady Gaga, all these kind of people to come in and read the bedtime story for the kids. I suppose in a way it's a lovely thing for people to do. It's quite an easy thing to do. And it's a fun thing to be a part of. It's obviously very inoffensive and it serves a lovely purpose. And I suppose it's one of those, like, really, why would you turn it down? There's not really a reason to turn it down. And they've got Cody to do it. So here, look, we just got a little clip at the end. So hashtag we want Cody, thank you. You can find the full video on YouTube, I believe.
Hello, I'm to finish the story. A mulberry sky full of flashes and rumbles. An ocean alive as it rises and tumbles. And there, meet the waves of a stormy Atlantic. Hello, I'm Cody. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I was proper ready to go then. I was getting myself comfy. I was ready to go. I'm ready to go. Oh, oh. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Whoa, whoa. Come on, Luke. Come on, Luke. Right, that was the fun folder. What else we got? We haven't even got other. We've just got community and then the thanks folder. Wow. Although we've still done 27 minutes. That's bonkers. This has flown. Okay, Uncle Revel, shout out to you. Look, got to meet Diesel. So went and saw Diesel back in 95 and obviously caught up with him much more recently. So Uncle Revel, shout out to you, my friend. That's a great picture. Lord Sheograth, look at this. Got a like from his queen. His favourite wrestler, Alexa Bliss, left a like on his comment. So Lord Sheograth looks so thrilled. So thrilled. I'm so pleased for you, bud. You deserve it. Wrestle Night, shout out to you as well, putting up those clips from the Not Sam Wrestling podcast and getting quite a few views as a result. Unsurprising, because I think some of the stuff that Karrion has spoken about has been so interesting. Like, I would really urge people to check out this interview. I think there's some really good stuff in there. So, yeah, Wrestle Night said doing big things in 2025. So, yeah, very good. Very, very good. TJF, shout out to you. Got a follow from Sergeant Slaughter. I'm part of the boot camp. Attention. Very good. Dean Park said, I'm trying to get the Jumping Bomb Angels to follow, but I ended up getting a second like. They follow so many people, but they just will not follow Dean. Dean just keeps getting likes from them, but they won't follow him. This is a story that I'm very much involved with now. I need to see if Dean can finish his story. Kapata said they agreed, so Kapata managed to get a like. Perhaps they're just doing likes now. Perhaps the ship has sailed on getting a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels. And Wrestle Night, shout out to you. Got a repost from Karrion Kross as well. Right, let's go over to thanks. So, big thanks to Wrestle Night, constantly tagging me in bits and bobs throughout the day. Same with Word of Wrestling as well, TJF. Just tag me in loads of stuff, as so many of you do. And obviously, it's you guys that make Unseen what it is. Austin, thank you for the retweet, my friend. Same with Dane. Really appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate all the retweets because, as we said, you know, Unseen, such an important video series for the channel. And it's just great that so many people enjoy it, you know, really enjoy watching it and kind of sharing it as well. So it's really appreciated. So Bradley, thank you, my friends. Ratchet the Owl, thank you, buds. Word of Wrestling, talking of Word of Wrestling, there we go. Word of Wrestling was the one that tagged me in this Bayley footage. BreeTube 10, thank you, buds. Sweet Chin Wrestling, thank you, my friend. Ashma, thank you, bud, really appreciate it. Raymond, thank you. Emmanuel, appreciate it, dude. Mackenzie, thank you, buds. Jang Tae Sang, appreciate it as always. Lynette, thank you, my friend. Raymond again, really appreciate it. Callum, thank you, buds. Big Migs Gaming, thank you. King Yeet Newsletter, thank you, my friend. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you, buds. Word of Wrestling, thank you. Duke's Wrestling, thank you. And again, got a couple there from Duke's Wrestling. Look. Kelly the Wise Lady, thank you, my friends. Metal Mama, thank you as always. And Billy, hashtag push Zelina, hashtag push King Kota. Thank you, my friends. And there we go. That was today's Unseen, another stacked episode that's just come in just over half an hour. So not bad at all. Quite a bit in this one. Obviously, we're back tomorrow with that 3-hour SmackDown. If you're in the UK, you do have to go to YouTube for it. And actually, I think we've even got the link, which I think James provided. If we go down here. WWE UK, don't miss the first SmackDown of 2025 on WWE's YouTube channel. And there's the link. So if you go to my homepage or go to James's, that's what you're looking for. What I'll do is I'll put it in the chat again, like we've done previous. I don't want to put it in just yet because I think it only will remain for 24 hours. So I'll put it in like closer to the time. But yeah, that's where we go to watch SmackDown for the UK. That's where it's going to be. In America, of course, USA Network for you guys, right? And I'm not sure about Canada. I think it might be the same for Canada, actually. So, yeah, we'll have that in the chat tomorrow. So, 3-hour SmackDown tomorrow. And, of course, we're heading towards that massive, monstrous Raw on Netflix premiere as well. So, so exciting. Right, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.